So we pick it on question 5B, that is December series 2024. This is the question. Analyze two circumstances under which a person may be considered to be a tax representative of another person for tax purpose as outlined in the Tax Procedure Act. Tax representative basically representing clients in relation to the issues of taxes. When we basically talk about circumstances, we talk about areas of legal disability. We can talk about in relation to a company where we have chief executive or managing directors being able to represent as a tax representative. So we can put them down. That is 5B. We have the first one. In case, we just say in case of individual with disability, if that person, we say that if that person is the guardian or legal representative, if that person basically is a guardian or a legal representative who receives, we say who receives income, or receives the income on his behalf. So that is the first scenario, the first circumstance that will lead one to be a tax representative of another. The second, we were basically explaining in case of a company where a managing director of a company or the chief executive can actually act as a tax representative for the company. Remember, company is a separate entity from the owners. So just saying, when you have the managing directors, chief executive, those can basically act as a tax representative for the company. So we put it down. We say in case, that was one. In case of a company, if that person is the chief executive, managing director, chief executive, managing director, company secretary, and lastly, you can talk about trustee, or resident director, or resident directors, or the resident directors. So that is the second scenario where we can have a tax representative. In case of associations of a person, we have the third one. We can maybe add two more. In case, we have it in case of associations. What do you call associations? Associations of persons. When you talk about associations of persons, we basically talk about associations of person. If the person is responsible. Association is people coming together. If the person is responsible for accounting, for receipt, what has come in, accounting for receipt, or payment, stock money, on behalf of the association. And this is basically on behalf of association. And this is basically those that stand as accounting officers, those who basically stand as accounting officer. So in case, lastly, we can talk about in case of partnership, partnership, in case of partnership, or limited liability, limited or limited partnership, or limited partnership. If that partner, let's say if that partner or manager of the partnership, is responsible for accounting for the receipt. We say accounting for the receipt or payment, or what we call or payment of money, on behalf of the partnership. So basically, just a recap of what we've done. We've said that one of the circumstances where one would be basically become a tax representative is where, in case of individual with disability, if that person is a guardian or legal representative who receives income on his behalf, then that basically becomes a tax representative for that person. Then you say that in case of a company, that is a company, and it says persons such as chief executive, managing director, company secretary, trustee, or resident directors, those can act as a tax representative. Then we've talked about in case of associations of persons. And you're basically saying that if the person is responsible for accounting for receipt or payment of money or payment, we just say here payment of money on behalf of association, that becomes a tax representative. And lastly, in case of partnership, where we have a partner or a manager of partnership is responsible for accounting or payment of money, then that person stands to be a tax representative for such a partnership. That is how we basically tackle that question 5B.